Thank you for joining Stretch and Flow with Rashi. We hope you enjoy this class. Don't forget to subscribe.
Hi everyone, Rashi from Stretch and Flow here. As you can see, I'm practicing in the home studio today. I hope you're well and thank you for joining me on the mat. So I'm going to take you through a 20 to 25 minute flow. I'm going to do a lot on the hips. For those of you that have been practicing with me for a while know that the hips can become tight for various reasons, whether that be because you're sitting in your day job or whether you stored a lot of emotions. Sometimes they can just be stored in those big muscles around the hips, the psoas muscle. And so some of the stretches that we'll do will be to release that tension in the hips. As always, I'll focus on the breath, coupled with mindfulness. And with the mindfulness, just take what resonates with you and let go of the rest. As well as the hips, we'll be just doing some nice stretches for the whole of the body. So let's start seated. If cross-legged or sukhasana is the pose is suitable for you, then come into a cross-legged posture. If that's not suitable, just sit in a way that's going to help you ground. So whether the legs are out in front or whether you're on your knees, whatever's going to be nourishing for your body. So if you're seated like I am, just let the sit bones settle and lift up through the crown of the head. Notice the breath. Just simply notice the inhale and the exhale. And as we move through the postures today, just give it your best, whatever your best is. Know that you can do this. And know to go at your own rate, to be gentle if you need to be gentle, to go deeper into a stretch if it feels good for your body. And whatever level that you're at, my invitation is to work hard and just give it your best shot. So let's take a few breaths here, inhaling in through the nose. Just that gentle upliftment through the crown of the head. A soft exhale, perhaps through the mouth, as the body just softens. Inhale, through the nose you grow a little taller, and as you exhale, there's just a softness in the shoulders. One more, breathing in, letting the breath go. On the inhale, just float the arms out to the side and reach all the way up. On the exhale, bring the hands to your heart space, empty the breath completely. Inhaling, the arms reach all the way up. As you exhale to your heart space. Do one more like that. Breathing in to reach up. This time the gaze can go up. And as you exhale, firm pressure in the palms as you bring it all the way to your heart space. Take a breath in, let the breath go. On the inhale, soften the shoulders but lift up through the crown of the head. Ground with the sit bones. On the exhale, take a twist over that right shoulder. A breath in to lengthen through the crown of the head. As you breathe out, twisting round. Everything comes back round to center. The arms reach up, perhaps at a gentle back bend here. And as you exhale, back through your heart space. And this time turn and twist to the left as you gaze over the left shoulder. Try and keep those sit bones grounded. You're inhaling to lengthen, exhaling to twist. Everything comes back round to center. Float the arms up, interlacing the fingertips. Take a breath in first as you breathe out, floating over to the right. Inhale, you're reaching all the way up. As you exhale, over to the left. One more on each side. Breathing in to reach up, you grow nice and tall. And breathing out, over to the side. Inhaling to reach up. Exhale, over to the other side. On the breath in, the arms reach up. As you breathe out, take a swan dive down to your mat, either rolling over the ankles if you're sitting cross-legged, or kicking the ankles out to the side as you make your way onto all fours. And we learn the value of hard work simply by working hard. If it was easy, perhaps everyone would be doing it. Let's warm the spine up, taking some cat-cow curls. On the breath in, dropping the waist back as the gaze goes up. On the breath out, rounding and arching the back. On the inhale, the waist pushes back as the gaze goes up. And on the exhale, that rounding and arching. Let's do one more. Breathing in and letting the breath go. Let's come back to a neutral spine. Bring the toes together, the knees out to the side. Push the hips towards the heels. You'll feel a stretch in the hip. If it's okay with your palms, reach forward, but come onto your fingernails and drop the chest down. Push the hips towards the heels. You'll feel a pull in that hip area. Soften the back of the neck by keeping the gaze low. And if you want to stretch those arms, just creep those fingernails out a little bit further. Keep the breath flowing, inhaling and exhaling. And then gently walking the hands all the way back. If you're wanting that stretch of the hips, keep the knees wide. If it's too much, you just bring the knees together. On the inhale, reaching the arms up. On the exhale, left hand on right thigh, right hand behind. Take a breath in to lengthen. As you breathe out, turn and twist over that right shoulder, just rinsing out the spine. Bring everything back, round to center, reaching the arms up. Take a back bend here. And as you exhale, the other side. Right hand on left thigh, left hand behind. Lengthening first on the breath in, twisting round on the breath out. One more breath. Everything comes back round to center. The arms reach up, take a breath in. As you breathe out, that swan dive down to your mat. This time, slide the right palm in front. The left hand comes on top. Really pull the fingertips to the front of the mat as you push the hips to the back. Not only will you feel a stretch in the spine, but also in the hip flexors. Keep the gaze low. A deep inhale. As you exhale, perhaps pulling the palms away, pushing the hips back. One more breath. And then release the hands to shoulder width distance, pressing the fingernails firmly into the mat, just lifting the hips up. Keeping the knees wide. If you need to adjust the palms, go ahead. We're just taking some circular motions with the hips. Just noticing any tender spots here. And present your best self to the world. No matter how you feel, get up, dress up, show up, and never ever give up. Know that you can do this, whatever your this is. Flip the circle the other way when you're ready. Keeping that breath nice and flowing. And then just simply finish the circle you're on, coming back to a neutral spine. Bringing the knees back to hip width distance. Make any adjustments that you need to. And take a cat-cow curl here. Inhaling in, the waist goes back as the gaze goes up. And as you exhale, that rounding and arching. Coming back to a neutral spine. Extending the right arm in front. Engage the core. And then bring the left leg behind you. Pushing out through the sole of that back foot as you reach forward with the fingertips. Try not to dump into that left wrist. Either stay here or reach back with the right hand, catching the foot, pulling it towards you. Try not to crush the right shoulder in, so you might want to peel that right shoulder open. Gaze can be down or up towards the ceiling. If you feel like you're wobbling, engage your core a little bit more. If you have the foot, pull it towards you, feeling that stretch in the quadricep muscles. One more breath. Let's come back to extension first. Take a big breath in. As you breathe out, dropping everything down onto the mat. Take a cat-cow curl here. Inhaling in and then letting the breath go. Back to a neutral spine. Let's take it on the other side. The left arm extends just at shoulder height. The left arm extends just at shoulder height. Engage the core. If you want to come into balance, the right leg extends behind you. Get steady first. Feel that lengthening in the spine. Try not to jump into the right wrist. And then if you want to take it further, you reach back. Either catch the foot or make the action. Pull it towards you. And this time the left shoulder peels open. You can gaze up towards the ceiling or keep the gaze down low. One more breath. Let's come back to extension first, taking a breath in, and as you breathe out, dropping everything down onto the mat. This time creeping the fingernails to the edges of the mat, pushing the hips towards the ceiling. Let's push the chest down for puppy pose. Again, getting that nice extension in the spine, the hips are up towards the ceiling. You're breathing in and you're breathing out. One more breath. And then gently walking the hands all the way back, coming back onto all fours. Extend the right leg behind you, take a big breath in. As you breathe out, tap the right knee to the right elbow, so slight engagement of the core. Keep the knee nice and high. Inhale with control, the right leg shoots back. As you exhale, take the cross, so right knee over to the left elbow, keeping the core engaged. Inhale, the right leg shoots back. As you exhale, tap that right elbow again, one more time. Inhale, the right leg shoots back. And this time as you exhale, swing it to the outer edge of the right palm. The left legs can scoot back a bit so that leg's a little straighter. Just take a gentle rock backwards and forwards, almost like you're just exploring those hip muscles. You can make circles with that right knee, one way and then the other way. Just noticing how it feels. And then keeping the left hand grounded, breathe the right arm up for a gentle twist. You're inhaling and you're exhaling. Again, not jumping into that bottom wrist, so really push out through that palm as you reach up with the top hand. Gaze can be up to the top thumb if there's no healing in the neck. Otherwise, just keep the gaze down at the mat. One more breath here, reaching up nice and tall. As you exhale, the hand lands on that right knee or right thigh. Give it a gentle push away. So we're opening up the hips a little bit more. You take it to your level. Some of you may want to rock onto the side of that right foot. And then there's those organic movements. Just opening up the hip. Keeping the breath flowing. Never stop doing your best just because someone else doesn't give you credit. Do your best to inspire others to work hard and not give up. One more breath here. Inhale, the right arm reaches up. As you exhale, drop it back down. So you can stay on all palms and just take those rocking actions. If you want to go a bit deeper, creep the palms forward and come onto your forearms, drop the gaze down and make those same movements. So really just opening up the hip a little more. You can come onto the side of that right foot if that's nourishing for you. Noticing the inhale, just noticing the exhale. And perhaps when times get tough, we don't decrease our goals, we just simply increase our effort. One more breath. If you're on your forearms, gently walk your way back onto your palms. Scoot that right foot back to the centre of the mat so it's framing the mat. Come onto the ball of the back foot. So give your shoulders plenty of room. Try not to crush the shoulders in. Coming onto the ball of the back foot, lifting the leg up. So this is a deep hip stretch. We're pushing out through the ball of the left foot, lunging forward with that right knee. We're holding it here. If you want a deep stretch, you just push a little harder forward with the right knee and push a little harder through the back sole of the foot. Keep the gaze low so the neck's not straining. Take a breath in. Let the breath go. Another inhale. As you exhale, you're stepping forward, hanging in ragdoll. You'll feel that stretch. Just use your breath to let that stretch just move through the whole body. Bend the knees as much as you need to. Perhaps a gentle rock of the hips from side to side. Simple inhalation and simple exhalation. Let the crown of the head be heavy. One more breath. On the inhale, a halfway lift, a nice flat back. On the exhale, folding forward towards your mat. On the inhale, strong arms. Let's come all the way up to standing. On the exhale to your heart space, empty the breath. On the inhale, reaching up and over, take a deep or gentle back bend. On the exhale, swan dive down to your mat, empty the breath completely. A halfway lift, the spine shoots forward. A forward fold as you empty the breath. Inhale, strong arms come all the way up to standing. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, over to one side, take a side stretch, getting into the side waist. Inhale, you grow tall again. Exhale, over to the other side. One more on each side. Reaching up on the breath in, taking the stretch on the breath out. Inhale to rise. Exhale to float over. Inhale to reach up. As you exhale, a swan dive down to your mat, empty the breath. A halfway lift, a nice flat back. And as you exhale, placing the hands on the mat, dropping the knees down, coming back onto all fours. Let's take a cat-cow curl here. Breathing in and breathing out. One more. Inhaling in and then letting the breath go. Coming back to a neutral spine, extend that right leg behind you, just at hip height, engage the core, get nice and steady. A breath in here. As you breathe out, this time left knee to left elbow. Inhale, the leg shoots back with control. As you exhale, you're crossing over, tapping left knee to right elbow, rounding the back. Inhale, the leg shoots back. Exhale, left knee to left elbow. Inhale, the leg shoots all the way back. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, this time you're swinging it to the left edge of the mat. The right knee scoots back a bit so that leg's a little straighter. Then we're just taking those gentle rocking actions. Just moving from side to side, backwards and forwards. Just exploring this side of the body. Keep the gaze low. Keep the breath flowing. One more breath here. And then keeping the right palm on the ground, inhale the left arm up. Gaze can be at the top thumb or keep the gaze neutral. You're reaching up nice and tall, but you're not jumping into that bottom wrist. One more breath, reaching up nice and tall. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, that left hand comes onto that left thigh. You're just gently pushing it open, just opening it up a little more. You can rock onto the side of that left foot, softening through the shoulders, inhaling and letting the breath go. One more breath here. And then inhale, the left arm reaches up. It comes back onto your mat. You can either stay on the palms or creep forward, coming down onto the forearms, getting a little bit deeper. Again, rocking onto the side of the foot if you want to go a bit deeper. Making movements which feel nourishing for your body and your hip. Know that as long as you have passion, as long as you have faith, and are willing to work hard, know that you can do anything that you want to in this life. You can achieve anything that you dream of. All those late nights, all those early mornings, they will pay off. Take a deep inhale, let the breath go. If you're on your forearms, just gently walking your way back onto your palms, scooting the foot back to the center of the mat so the palms are framing it. So keeping softness in the shoulders and the collarbones, come onto the ball of the back foot, lifting the leg up. So we're taking that deep hip stretch on the other side. You're lunging with the left knee, pushing out through that back sole of the foot. Try not to tense the shoulders up and keep that breath flowing. If you want to go deeper, you just lunge a little further forward with the left knee and push out through the back ball of the foot. Take a breath in, let the breath go. Another inhale, and as you exhale, you'll feel the stretch as you step forward and let the body just hang in ragdoll. Just let there be a softness in the upper body. You can bend the knees as much as you need to. Perhaps taking a gentle rock from side to side. You're breathing in and you're breathing out. One more breath here. Just make the feet a little bit wider, so pigeon toe them out to a little bit wider than hip width. The toes are fanning outward. On the inhale, a halfway lift, so the spine shoots forward. On the exhale, a forward fold. On the breath in, reaching the arms all the way up to standing. On the breath out, coming into a squat, so knees pushing out to the side, the tailbone heavy down towards the mat, but length through the crown of the head. Some of you may come down all the way. If you do, that's great. If you don't, that's great too. So take a rock from side to side. If the forearms or the elbows are against the thighs, just give them a little push away, just opening up the hips a little bit more. Taking a breath in, let the breath go. Whichever height you're at, push down into the feet. So pushing down first, engaging the core, using your leg strength to come all the way back up. Take a back bend here. And as you exhale, coming all the way back down again. Into a squat, that tailbone's heavy. Just taking a gentle rock from side to side, pushing the arms perhaps against the thighs or the knee. A breath in, let the breath go. Again, push down first and then use that energy and your leg strength to come all the way up. Inhaling. As you exhale, hands to your heart space. Just pigeon toe the feet so that they're hip width distance. Bring the arms up, take a big breath in. As you breathe out, goalpost arms, so keeping any tension of the shoulders and the neck. Bend the knees forward, drop the hips back to seated chair. Length through the crown of the head. You're breathing in and you're breathing out. One more breath here. And then with control, come up for 3, 2, 1. Inhale, the palms meet at the top. Exhale to your heart space, emptying the breath. Inhale, the arms reach up and over, take a back bend. As you exhale, a swan dive down to your mat, empty the breath. A halfway lift, a nice flat back. And as you exhale, this time placing the hands on the mat, coming down onto your sit bone. And bringing the soles of the feet together. If it's too intense, you just straighten the legs a little bit more. If you're wanting a deeper stretch of the hips, bring the soles of the feet together towards that pelvis region, towards the body. Cradle the toes with the fingertips. And using your own body resistance, you're just pushing those knees out to the side. There's length in the crown of the head. Pulling the toes up towards you as you just grow nice and tall. You feel that pull in that inner hip area, the inner thighs. Take a breath in, lengthen through the crown of the head. As you breathe out with a flat back, keep pushing the knees out to the side. As you just gently floating the body over, you'll feel the stretch deepen the further down you come. Some of you may be able to come down a little bit lower, some of you may be up here. It doesn't matter as long as you're feeling a stretch. With each inhale, a subtle lengthening. With each exhale, perhaps coming down a little bit lower. One more breath here. And then gently just bringing the body back up. Lengthening back through the crown of the head. Bringing the knees together, just wrapping your arms around them, just giving yourself a little hug, a gentle rock from side to side. You're probably feeling those stretches in the hips. Keep the breath flowing, inhaling and exhaling. And then gently just extending that left leg down, crossing the right foot over, keeping the toes of the left foot towards the ceiling, the heel dug into the mat. The right arm comes behind you, the left arm reaches up nice and tall. Take a big breath in. As you breathe out, scooping the right knee towards you and gazing over that right shoulder for a twist. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to twist a little deeper. One more breath. Everything comes back round to center. Place the hands either side of the hip flexors, uncross the legs, bend the knees, place the feet roughly hip width distance on the floor. Bring the arms behind you, so giving your shoulders plenty of room. You can either take a back bend with everything seated, or pressing into the mat with the feet and the palms, lifting the hips up, rocking forward. Gaze can be neutral in front of you. If you want to stretch at the neck, push the head back. Holding it here, engaging the glutes for 3, 2, 1. Dropping everything down with control, tucking chin into chest as you come all the way down, protecting the neck. This time the right leg extends, toes pointing up, heel down onto the mat. The left foot crosses over. The left hand reaches behind you for support, the right arm reaches up. Take a big breath in. As you breathe out, scooping the left knee as you gaze over that left shoulder. Keep length in the spine as you breathe in, and as you breathe out, perhaps twisting a little bit more. One more breath here. Everything comes back round to center. Uncrossing the legs, bringing the hands down by your hip flexors. This time pointing the toes. You can walk the hands a little further back. It just depends on your body structure. Either take a back bend with everything grounded, or pressing into the palms, engaging the glutes, lifting the hips up, pointing the toes away from you, either keeping the gaze neutral or dropping the head back if you want to go a little further. Keeping the hips up high for 3, 2, 1. Tuck chin into chest and then lower yourself down gently. Come back to a comfortable seated posture. How we started the practice. Again, if that's cross-legged like me, or on your knees, or legs in front, just rock from side to side. Find that sweet spot. And then shut the eyes down. Just let sensation be your guide. Perhaps placing one hand on your heart and one on your belly. Feel the next breath enter. Feel the next breath leave. Shrug the shoulders up on the inhale. A big letting go sigh on the exhale. One more. Inhaling in. Let the breath go. Just tip the head over to the right. Feel the stretch down the side of the neck. Inhale, coming back to center. Exhale, over to the other side. Inhale, back to center. Soften through the shoulders, lift up through the crown of the head, but ground with the sit bone. Let there be a softness in your whole of the body, but you're sitting up nice and tall. Let's finish with a few breaths together. So inhaling in, exhaling out. Inhaling in through the nose, letting the breath go. One more, inhaling and exhaling. Keeping the eyes shut, just release the hands from your heart and your belly as you reach up nice and tall, greeting whatever part of the day that you're at. As you exhale, gently bringing the hands to your heart space as you bow towards your fingertips. Know that give the world the best you have. You may get hurt. You may never be enough for some people. Give it your best anyway. Know that we only get to play this game of life one time. We have one life. So work hard and give it your best. Namaste. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. It really just helps us a lot. So if you haven't, please subscribe and you'll get notifications on when we've got new footage coming up. For now, have a great evening. I hope your hips, your body feels stretched and your mind feels calm. Have a great day. See you next time.
Thank you for joining us for Stretch and Flow with Rashi. We hope you've enjoyed the class. Please subscribe and make sure if you have any questions, please send an email, get in touch some way. Once again, thank you and have a great day.